and it's like not very straight. That's a nice old one right there. Boy, that would have been a beauty to find it whole. Interesting mine right here. Look at this. There's some beautiful rocks. A lot of tailings over there, so that tells me that the hole's going to be quite deep. So we need to be a little bit careful getting close to it. Are you? Can you see anything down there? I'm not getting closer. I tell you what, we might have to do a little metal detecting on this one just to see what's over here. They must have been getting something out of it to have dug this much. Maybe we'll do a little detecting. Oh, look at the barrel hoops. That's the problem with these type of mines, that there's a lot of trash. But maybe what we'll do, we'll get the metal detector out and just bebop around here a little bit and see what we can find. See if there's any gold nuggets. Don't really see any dig holes per se, like anybody else has been up here recently anyway. That's probably some of the stuff they were hauling out of here, I guess. And that's a dig hole probably right there. Yeah, sure. Somebody's been detecting here. I heard that nail. It's out there digging. We'll go over it again just for the heck of it. If we can find any pretty rocks for my wife Lindsay. There's a lot of trash here, unfortunately. A barrel hoop. That would be like to a wooden barrel. Wood barrel. A grave. Little prospect. See where the rats have taken in the little stickers and stuff to put around their nests, and they can go down in there, but snakes don't like those stickers. Maybe if not snakes, at least coyotes, so it kind of protects them. All right, yeah, okay, let's go back to the truck, grab our stuff. What do you say? Let's back to the truck. I think what we'll do is I'm just going to grab the Garrett Goldmaster, which is a VLF machine, and we'll go around with it, just get a feel for what's here. I have a pulse machine too, but that wasn't very productive, was it? It's hard to be fun. I have seen 4 or 5 dig holes, so people do come out here. Hopefully they left us a little 2-ounce nugget. It's just a small one. So I'm looking around over here. I'm not getting a whole lot of signals, but when I go over this little wash right here, listen, that's an overload, okay? And the interesting thing is, if you follow that wash up, it keeps going. Get out of the wash and it just disappears. So what's that telling me, and I'll prove it to you, is that there's a ton of black sand in here. So we'll kick some of that back. It's making all that noise. Whoops, you can actually see it. Magnet down there. Let's clean it off first. That black sand should stick to the magnet. It should be a ton of it. Way too much sand in there for the. Yeah, you can see it. See the black sand right there. So. Somewhere up here, all this black sand is being washed out of the rocks or the soil. So that would be a good place to try to follow to see what else is going on there, what other kind of minerals might be involved. That's the first really big streak that I found out here. Kind of cool, huh? Wish there was a market for black sand. You'd be rich. But we're not. This is kind of neat. This is the top two in like an older whiskey bottle. You can see it's got bubbles and stuff in it, and it's like not very straight. That's a nice old one right there. Boy, that would have been a beauty to find it whole. There's another old broken whiskey bottle. That's a brown one. You can see there's lots of pieces of iron here, little bolts and square nails. This is all stuff from the tailings pile. I mean, probably worth looking around a little bit more. Those are some old wooden barrels, or wood barrels. Pretty neat. I like those. Let me show you a little bit about the recovery of the, especially the iron objects. I heard it, signal there, so I kicked the dirt, and whatever it was moved over here. Now it's reading like iron, but we want to check those out occasionally anyway. So what we'll do is we'll just take my pick, it has a magnet, and we'll just go over the area where it should be. This makes it really easy if it is iron. And then we'll just check that dirt. And it's gone. So that means it was iron. It's on our pick. You don't have to even worry about looking at it. But I really prefer to have to worry about looking at it, because that would mean it could be gold. All right, here's the deal. I've spent a couple hours kind of wandering around these mines and off in the little hills nearby. Quite a few dig holes out there. Almost none around the actual mines though. It's got the pretty rocks. You can see what kind of minerals they were digging. I'm not digging anything really good though, so I'm probably going to split for now. Taking stuff like little pieces of this kind of metal. That's a fired bullet right there, piece of lead, and that's a little piece of brass. I think it was old blasting caps. I've been finding some of that, and well, let me show you my pick. And it's tons of nails in here too. Some big round nails, but a lot of square nails, which is interesting. So those could be quite old, and that coupled with the actually they're mostly square nails. That coupled with the Old Blue whiskey bottle tells me that this is kind of an older site. So yeah, there's targets around the mines, in the tailings. There's good targets like little pieces of brass. So if there was ever gold here, there's probably still gold here if you just take your time and go through these piles. I was getting ready to jump in my truck, and I'm like, I always like to walk around the truck and make sure there's no big rocks right behind it, and the tires are okay. That just make sure everything's connected and motorcycle isn't loose. So I started walking around. Looky. That's not good. Hopefully it's just in the very outer part of the tire. I do have the compressor and a patch kit, so I can patch it if it went through. Of course I have a spare too, but let's just knock that off there so I didn't get any ideas about working its way in. Oh no. Actually I had a bunch of these in my leg earlier. Let me pull those out. I don't think they'll go in, but these they always try to work their way in. They're barbed in such a manner that that's what they do. Ow. What I'll do is I'm going to, once I get that out, I don't think it went through, I don't think anything was deep, but I'm going to get some spit and rub it on there and see if there's any bubbles. You don't have to watch. Now waters doesn't work as well because it's not thick enough. But I could get some soap and soapy waters. I do have that, but I think we're okay. We'll just keep an eye on it. We'll make sure the bike is still on there, not going to fall off. It's pretty tight. Gas can is hopefully it'll stay on there. And that's it. Well, let's get in the truck and go.